Today it's time to have a look at my new Necron Army additions given to me by one of my subscribers, including my very own Necron Resurrection Orb. But does it work? Let's find out. Rise!
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to learn about Necrons and more, then please subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss an upload. Right, I am here with Necron Girl, primarily to show off our brand new Necron hoodies, which are super cool. We love them, don't we?
Yeah.
Actually, it's hard to get you out of your hoodie, isn't it? Yeah. Now I know you're dying to rush off and do your own thing, so you're primarily here to say thank you to the person that gave you your hoodie, so this is your opportunity.
Oh.
So you need to say thank you for my hoodie.
Thank you for my hoodie.
Okay, there you go. Right, thank you for joining me for the video. You're more than welcome to do all of your things now. Okay, so today I've got an awesome amount of Necron stuff to show you. Lots of miniatures and some very cool additions, which I'm actually going to be looking for some feedback from you guys on maybe how I could use some of it. And all of this, everything that you see here on the table, including my gaming board, which you've previously seen. This gaming board was made by a Battle Board store, and the person that gave me all of this basically paid for it to be made and has sent me all of this stuff from America. He, of course, is one of my subscribers, and he's also a member from the IDICBeer YouTube membership, which, of course, if you would like to join, there is a join button just below the video, and you can join from as little as 99p. Anyway, today, yeah, this is going to be a great video. I've had this stuff for quite some time, just haven't had the opportunity to make this video. Well, of course, it took me quite a while to set it up because there is so much stuff. Now, I know there's going to be quite a few questions in particular around the hoodie. Now, this hoodie was purchased from a site on SD. However, they don't appear to be trading at the moment, maybe as a result of COVID potentially. Hopefully they'll be trading soon, but yeah, if you go to SD and you type in Necron hoodie, it should come up when it's available. Now, the other thing which I've had lots of requests about, because you've seen this Necron banner in my videos previously, this was also given to me by my very kind subscriber, and apparently this was purchased from eBay, and they are still on eBay at the moment, although I'm not sure how many there are available. But yeah, that was from eBay, this was from SD. I know a lot of people are going to be asking that, so that is the answer. Now, of course, I'm very grateful to my subscriber for donating this amount of stuff to my channel. I mean, it was just amazing when he contacted me to say he's got some stuff. I had no idea it was so much. Now, apparently this was off of the back of a video which I made a good few months ago called Necron Units I Need, where I went through all of the models that I have and what I would like to add to the army. Well, my subscriber made a note of all of those units and did his best to get as many of them as he could, mainly second hand. Some of these units are half painted or not painted at all, or just need some TLC, which of course I'm more than happy to give them because I love working on Necron miniatures. Now, the other thing I want to say is I am going to be having a giveaway which is actually sort of connected to today's video, and that giveaway will be in my next video, so keep an eye out for that. It's a very, very cool Necron giveaway and it's coming soon. Right, I think it's time to switch up the cameras and let me get behind the camera. We're going to have a look at all of this just amazing stuff. Thank you so much to my subscriber, who of course is remaining anonymous, but yeah, I really, really appreciate it. And this Necron Orb is the cream of the crux. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this orb in my videos. Okay, time to switch the camera up and have a look. Okay, so let's have a closer look at what I've got, and we're going to start right at the back with these 3 scythes. I currently own 2 scythes, which are of course interchangeable. These are glued together, but we've got a Doom scythe just there, and then we have 2 Knight scythes, which is great because I've never had an opportunity to play 3 Doom scythes in 8th edition, so I'll be playing that in 9th edition at some point. I've also got some 3D canopies there to block in the canopy holes if I wish to. It's quite interesting seeing the different ways that these are painted. I'm really liking this one, certainly the green effects. This one not quite sure about, and of course this one a bit more traditional. However, none of them are particularly well painted, and I'm going to be stripping them anyway to get them into my paint scheme. However, 3 scythes, a great addition to my army. Now next up is a Monolith, which you can see is in bits there. That was mainly from transport. However, there is nothing actually broken on it. Now in my I want video, I said I wanted another Monolith because I only had 2. Obviously since that video and 9th edition, all the new miniatures coming out, I now have one of the new Monoliths, so I already have 3 Monoliths. So this one here, I'm thinking I might convert it somehow. I'm not sure exactly how or what to make from it. Obviously terrain is an option. But if you have any ideas to do something with a Monolith, then let me know in the comments box below. So the next thing at the back is 2 Annihilation Barges. One of these has the Overlord. I don't think the other one does. I currently have 2 Annihilation Barges, which are magnetised into both options, and I wanted another one to give me, well, 3 Annihilation Barges, but obviously having the extra one is great because I can have my Annihilation Barges or the command barges as options, so great addition once again. Now right in the corner at the back there we've got 2 Trioc Stalkers. I currently only own 1, so I was always after at least 1 more, if not 2, and well, now I have 2. Now the one on the left is built normally, but it doesn't have any guns. Not a problem, I'm sure I can sort something out for that one. And the one on the right has a gun glued to it. It's the heavy Gauss cannon, and of course it's been converted without the top section. It's pretty cool. The one on the left, of course, is painted, but I'm going to strip it and paint it in my colours. But yeah, 2 Trioc Stalkers, giving me 3 in total. Awesome. Now next is 11 destroyers. Wow, how many destroyers? To be fair, I was after 3 destroyers, but my subscriber went crazy getting destroyers, and wow, I'm very, very grateful. How cool do these look? And well, I can really do a destroyer cult army. Obviously destroyers aren't as good now in 9th edition, but it doesn't mean we can't play them. And some of these are very well painted. Actually, I think these destroyers here are probably the best painted ones out of all of the units that I received. I probably am still going to repaint them because they don't really match my army. Not 100% sure about that though, because they are pretty cool. The ones at the back are in much more need of some TLC. They would definitely be stripped and a few repairs done. Some of the broken bits I've got in the bag there. But yeah, a lot of destroyers, and really let's move straight on to the next batch, which is here. Heavy destroyers times 4. And again, one of those, of course, is painted in that very cool paint scheme. However, 4 heavy destroyers, all of those destroyers just there. It's like a destroyer fest. Okay, next are 17 death marks. Funny enough, I only own 7 death marks at the moment, and I was looking to obviously bolster the numbers, and wow, now I have a lot more death marks. So again, a massive thank you for these. Some of these are on the new base, some are on the old base, so I'm going to obviously sort out the bases to make them all the same. And actually my death marks I converted with green rods in the gun. I'm probably going to have 1 unit with the green rods in the gun, so 3 of them I'll convert, and then the rest I'll probably leave as they are, so I can just see which unit is which. Okay, so next up are Immortals. Now, believe it or not, I don't own any of the new Immortal sculpts, which is why I was after some. I've got the old one with the Gauss, and I've got some old Warriors, which I proxy as Immortals with Tesla. So I was after Tesla Immortals primarily. Obviously, things have changed now in 9th edition. However, I've got 20 Tesla Immortals and an extra 9 of the Gauss Immortals, or the new sculpts with the bigger bases. Awesome addition to my army. And sticking with troops, I've got 20 Warriors. Now, Warriors were not on my list. I think these were just an extra lot that the subscriber found for me. But the great thing about these is they're on the bigger bases, and none of my other Warriors are on the bigger bases, apart from, of course, the new Indomitus Warriors, which I built with the Gauss Reaper. So now I've got some Gauss Flayer Warriors with the bigger base, which is cool. They are painted, so I can play them straight away, but I probably will repaint them at some point. But another great addition. Okay, next up are some Tomb Blades, and these are glued together with the Particle Beamer. My current unit of Tomb Blades are all magnetised with the different weapon options. However, in my bits box, I also have another 3 Tomb Blades which were donated to the channel a while ago. And they have the Beamer weapons glued to them as well. So this means I can make a unit of 6 with Beamers, and the Beamers are actually pretty good in 9th edition, so that's a win-win. Okay, so next up are the HQs in this massive amount of miniatures I've been given. We've got the Overlord there at the front. I assume he's from the command barge. We've got the newer Sculpt Overlord there at the back, which, believe it or not, I don't actually own currently. So it's great to have him. I'll obviously be stripping him and repainting him. And then we've got a Destroyer Lord there on the right, and he's holding a Staff of Light. I foresee some conversions coming up. Next we've got some Lich Guard, which don't have bases, but that's not a problem. You'll see why in a minute. So 5 Lich Guard with sword and board. I've got 5 Lich Guard at the moment, which are magnetised. I have another 10 to build, which means I can build my other 10 as Praetorians and add these to my magnetised ones to give me 10 Lich Guard with sword and board. Fantastic. And then we have 6 Scarab Swarms, which of course probably came with those Warriors. They've had the same bases, so I would have thought so, but yeah, Scarabs. Now, before we move on to the rest of the Necron stuff, I also received a whole host of other miniatures. We've got 40 Cultists, which will fit into my Emperor's Children army very nicely indeed. We then have some Tyranids. We've got some Gene Stealers, a massive unit here of Hormagaunts. Right at the front here we've got some Warriors and also some Ripper Swarms. We then have some rather random Imperial Guard things, and also I think this is the Gene Stealer Cult tank. I can't remember what it's called. We've got some Necron decals, transfers, and we've got some sprues, which I think are just some leftover vehicle sprues. So some very cool stuff there. Right, back to the Necrons. So I mentioned about bases for the Lich Guard. I'm not short of bases. Check out all of these bases here that my subscriber gave to me. All sorts of shapes and sizes for all the different miniatures. A buffet of bases. Now I'm going to move these off of the table so I can unbag some of these cool things that I've got here so we can take a closer look. Right, I've spread them out so we can have a closer look, and this is where I'm looking for some feedback, advice, ideas on what I can use some of this stuff for. Basically, I think my subscriber has bought up anything that's plastic and green in hope that I can make use of it. So, let's have a closer look. So first up we've got some Reanimation dice holders, some very cool looking dice holders which fit these bigger dice very easily indeed. I'm really liking these. I'm thinking these will make pretty cool wound counters just to carry the wound dice around with the units. So yeah, very, very cool, and obviously I don't need no help with those. However, the next thing, or next things, I probably do. So I've got these, as you can see there's a big bag of them, and they come in 3 different sizes, a small one, a big one and a medium one. And yeah, very, very cool, but what am I going to use them as? Now I think my subscriber was thinking I could have them like this and maybe use them as some form of barricade or something. Actually, I was having a little play with these just a second ago. They do fit in these grooves here quite nicely, although obviously they don't balance that well, but potentially if I glued 2 of these together they would actually then fit into there quite nicely. Could be pretty cool. Have a little barricade on the board, or obviously can just rebase them somehow. But yeah, barricades was the original idea. Could be a Necron ladder, couldn't it? But if you have any ideas how I could use those, then yeah, let me know in the comments box below. But before you comment about those, let's have a look at the other stuff. I've got these here as well, a massive bag of them. There's these ones which are sort of able to stand up like that, and again potentially I could glue them together maybe on a little base and make another little barricade. I've also got these pieces here. Now I thought maybe I could sort of slot these into there to make them stand up, but there isn't enough room for that. I might be able to adapt it, but there's a huge amount of those bits in this bag as well, so yeah, not quite sure what to do with these. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, of course, let me know in the comments box below. Next up, we've got this massive bag which contains these. So we've got those very, very cool crystals which I'm going to use on the bases of my miniatures. And then we have these here, some cylinders which are sort of square in shape, so they're not round in shape. Not quite sure what these are called, but we have those, big bag of those. If you know what to do with them, let me know. I'm thinking possibly on pieces of terrain of some description. And then we've got a good amount of green Necron rods, which is cool. I'm going to be making good use of those. Next up, we've got this massive bag of green pegs, which look very cool. Now obviously I don't necessarily have to use them as green pegs. I mean, I could paint them up a different colour if I use them maybe on a conversion or something. It's very cool to have some extra bits and pieces to use on conversions. And of course I've got that Monolith over there which I'm going to convert into something, so these pieces here might be quite useful for that. If you have any ideas, let me know. We then have 2 more bags of random green bits and pieces. So over here we've got these, not quite sure what they are. We've got some Necron cubes, big and little ones. We've got some Necron Monopoly houses, some crystals and some discs. And then here we've got a massive bag of these things. So these are very cool actually. We've got the little Necron cubes, the Borg cubes, and these little toppers. I think they're going to make great little bits and pieces to put on conversions. But if you have any ideas, let me know. And then we have some very big magnets, very strong magnets, which is going to be very useful. And right at the back we've got some Necron green crystals. Awesome, really loving those. And then we have some pieces of 3D printed terrain. Now I've never worked with 3D printed stuff in terms of painting, so I'm not quite sure what I have to do. Do I have to wash them before priming them? Can I just prime them normally? Let me know in the comments box below. There appears to be some toppers as well for these pieces of terrain, and of course on the orange one of those is my Necron Resurrection Orb, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I love it. Now of course, as well as all of this on the table, my subscriber paid for the gaming board to be made for me. This gaming board, plus there's loads of other pieces of terrain which I've been using in my battle reports. The Necron Banner, the hoodies. How lucky am I? Now if you want to see the video that inspired this awesome gift, then there is the video for you to check out next. And don't forget, my next upload will be a Necron giveaway. Beam me up!